Hi, I'm Roy Stevens from the Be Well Foundation. I set out to a video about stress and anxiety, and here it is. Now, if you want to know technical details about it, well, look at my website. That'll explain all about stress and anxiety. That's not what this video is about. This video is a down-to-earth video about how we get it, what to do with it, how we deal with it. How we get it? Well, from the day we're born, we're not born with stress and anxiety. We're only born with two natural fears, the fear of falling and the fear of loud noise. All the rest is learnt. So as we go through life, we pick up different things that can add to our stress and anxiety. And if we don't have a way of releasing that, particularly later years in life, well then things accumulate and they begin to affect our behaviours. We can get grumpy, we can get out of focus with things, we can get confused, we can get ill. Or we can just get aches and pains, or we can get snappy. Basically, where you have a built-in process, fight, flight, or freeze syndrome, not syndrome, process, that's working with us all the time to protect us. And if some emergency comes up, like a car heading towards us with the lights on, boom, it shoots up, wakes everything up, wakes all the chemicals. Do we run, do we fight, or do we freeze? And then when the emergency is over, it settles back to this. And we're born with that. That's part of our brains. I won't go into all the technical details, but it's there. Now, as we go through life, if we don't have ways of resetting that back to where it belongs at a normal, natural pace, what happens is it accumulates. It accumulates stress and anxiety. And all those events accumulate. And it starts to fire. And in the end, it stays down here, almost maximum within us. So it's fight, flight, freeze all the time, or practically all the time. And what happens then, not only is it very tiring, but it can shade our focus on things, our focus on life. It can change our daily routines and how we see things. It can change our appreciation of things. It can change so many things. It can also materialize in different forms of illness, different forms of physical illness, different forms of mental illness. Stress levels can come out in all sorts of ways. And in my experience, when it starts to show physically, then that's the time really to pay attention. So what we do with that is we must learn to reset that and get that back to normal mode. I'll give you an example. A client came in a little while ago, a lady, she could hardly walk. She was really struggling, her feet were swollen and she needed help in the door. She had to take her shoes off straight away. Ankles were really swollen. She'd been to the doctors, nothing really. They offered her painkillers and anti-inflammatories, but they weren't having an effect. So she came to see me and she came to see me for auricular therapy, which is a form of acupuncture. And as she sat down, I just did a quick scan, called a transvasational search in technical terms. But basically I scanned, and my instinct that I spoke about before, my intuition told me, let's have a look at this. So I ran a different process with her. I ran a de-stressing process with her. So she could let go of all the stresses, and sometimes she wouldn't even know what they were. Just let them all go. Get rid of them once and for all. And press reset on that. She did this. She bounced out the door. Now, I was as surprised as she was, but it was fantastic to see. So rather than treating the condition, I went further back and I asked her own subconscious mind, will you have a look at this for us, please? Would you mind clearing out all the chaff? It's like a defrag on a computer, if you like. It's like a clean sweep of the whole building. Everything cleaned out and reset. And she was fantastic after that and has been ever since. I keep in touch with all my clients. Another client came in with a very bad knee. Now he had it for a year. I thought, could this be stress? Not. He's a builder. So in the end, I did auricular therapy on him. And that worked. Treat. And he went bouncing out the door. So there's no one fix for any single thing. But what we have to do is learn different ways of dealing with this. If we go to a psychiatrist, he can give us a prescription for pills. You go to a doctor, he can do the same. Pills and chemicals. What they do is they suppress the pain, they suppress the anxiety. We all know about Valium. It just makes you dozy, and there's addictions involved in there. So again, have a look at my website, because there's different ways of dealing with these things. I'm giving a talk in a couple of weeks' time to a whole group of people purely on different alternative ways. And I don't mean heebie-jeebie alternative ways, very practical alternative ways, from EFT, which is tapping, to hypnotherapy, which is phenomenally successful, to NLP, to, there's so many, Reiki, and all of these things can have a good effect, and many of them you can take home and practice them yourself, or you can look them up and practice and go somewhere where it can be of use to you. So the point of this video is, one, once things start showing materially, then you've got to beware. Because I see people walking around with 2 big suitcases of luggage all the time, and they've no idea they're carrying them. And they come here, they see me, and they leave without those suitcases. And they feel lighter, brighter, younger, fresher. They re-meet themselves, who they actually are, without all the stresses, pains, and agony. So have a think about it. If you have any questions, drop me a line, let me know. You can phone me at any time as well. Both the number and the email address are on there. So if I can have a down-to-earth conversation with you, I certainly will do. And if I can help in any way, just give me a call and we'll take it from there. Okay, thanks very much. Bye-bye.